Hey guys, we're about a week away from the Greninja 7-star raid event in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. That means it's time for another raid counter guide. I've got about 10 builds for you guys today that should all be really good for taking down Greninja. So let's go ahead and get into that. All right guys, and here we are in PowerPoint. I figured this will be an easier way to convey all the information in one spot, especially for the builds. Greninja is going to be in 7-star raid dens from January 27th to the 29th, as well as February 10th through the 12th. So you got 2 weekends there as usual to get those raids done. So we don't know exactly what Greninja's moveset is going to be, but we do know it is going to be a Poison Tera. It also has water and dark typing, so it can pull from those type of moves. For that Poison Tera, it's going to be weak to ground and psychic, so we're going to try to take advantage of that. As far as ability, it could be Battle Bond, although that makes it difficult as you can't breed with a Battle Bond Pokemon. So it's likely to be Protein. Either way, even if it's Battle Bond, it won't change much as far as our approaches. As far as moveset goes, though, it can have a variety of physical and special moves. So let's look at the physical moves. You've got Gunk Shot, Liquidation, Night Slash, and Trailblaze. So Gunk Shot will be that stab poison for the Tera, as well as Liquidation and Night Slash for its water and dark typing. And Trailblaze is there for coverage. Don't know if it's actually going to have that though. We've got some options for special. Obviously there's Tera Blast, as it doesn't have a special poison move, so it would have to use that. You've got Water Shuriken, I spelled that wrong. Dark Pulse, Potential Extrasensory, and Grass Knot, as well as other coverage moves such as Hydro Pump and Ice Beam. It does have other setup moves such as Swords Dance and maybe Double Team. It'll probably pick one of those, and it'll be a mix of one of these moves here. But most of these Pokemon that we're picking are going to be able to basically handle that and take those hits no problem. Guys, if you are finding the video informative, or you do end up finding it informative, do consider subscribing to the channel and leaving a like on this video. It does help more people see it and doesn't cost you anything. Also, if you want to join our community, you can follow me over on Twitch. I am The Blind Gamer TV. I'll leave those links down below, as well as consider joining our Discord, where we talk about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and other Pokemon content, and we trade and have a lot of fun there on our Discord. So consider joining us and raiding with us. I will be streaming these raids. I'll be multi-streaming on YouTube and Twitch that weekend, so you can also come by if you need help with these raids. Okay, moving on to our first counter, we've got Clodsire here. So Clodsire is a poison and ground type Pokemon. We're going to be using a ground Tera here. Its ability is not Storm Drain, it's actually Water Absorb, so that's a mistake. That's actually Gastrodon's ability. As far as its moveset go, we're going to be looking to use Acid Spray to lower Greninja's special defense by 2 stages. You've got Chilling Water to lower its attack by 1 stage if it happens to be a physical attacker. You've got Earth Power as your main damage dealer and Recover. For its item, we're looking here at the Assault Vest to increase that special defense. You could also go with Leftovers, although Assault Vest will do you well there. Calm Nature, 252 HP and 252 special defense to keep it bulky. That Acid Spray will really help out. Chilling Water, obviously, if it's a physical attacker, and then Earth Power for your main damage, and Recover to keep yourself going. Next up, we got Gastrodon, which is a water and ground type Pokemon. You can use a Water Tera or Ground Tera there as well. You've got Storm Drain as the ability, so it will take incoming water attacks. In fact, you can actually attack an allied Gastrodon with a water type move, and that'll increase its special attack. So that's a possible fun play you could use there. Obviously, for its attacks, we've got Earth Power as its main special attack. You've got Acid Armor to increase your defense, Amnesia to increase your special defense, and Recover. So depending on what Greninja ends up using, you've got some options there. You've got Soft Sand there to increase your ground type moves, or Leftovers if you decide to go that way. We're going with a Modest Nature here with 252 HP and 252 special attack on Gastrodon. Next up, we've got Hydreigon. Hydreigon can do a few things that some of the other Pokemon that we have here can't do. It is a Dark and Dragon type Pokemon. You can use a Dragon Tera here. It has the ability Levitate. For your main damage dealer, you're going to be using Earth Power. You've got Snarl there to reduce the special attack of the opposing Pokemon, in this case Greninja. You've got Taunt or Reflect there as utility moves you can use. Taunt if it's going to be buffing itself up and you want to stop it from doing that, or Reflect to reduce the incoming physical damage if it becomes a physical attacker. You've got Nasty Plot there to increase your special attack by 2 stages. An interesting item you could use here is the Absorb Bulb. What that does is whenever you take damage from a water type move, it will increase your special attack, so that can work with Nasty Plot. And we're going with a modest nature here with 252 HP and 252 special attack. You'll notice a trend here. We are going with special attackers because they're able to take advantage of Acid Spray, and there's going to be a lot of Pokemon using Acid Spray during this raid event, and it just makes for perfect synergy. Next up, we've got Toxtricity. This is more of an interesting pick, but you've got a poison and electric type Pokemon there with an electric Tera. Its hidden ability Technician will help it do a little bit more damage with most of the moves that it has. So Acid Spray again to reduce that special defense on the opponent. Snarl to reduce their special attack. You've got Thunderbolt as your main damage dealer, and then Nuzzle, you can use this once you've done debuffing to paralyze the target. It also works through the shield, so that'll help basically take some of the turns away from Greninja. You're going to want to go with an Assault Vest here as well, similar to the Clodsire. And we've got a Calm Nature here with 252 HP and 252 special defense. Keep us a little bulky there, resisting those attacks and being able to support and do damage at the same time. Next up, we've got Rotom's Wash Form. That's an electric and water type Pokemon. The Tera Electric. Levitate as its ability. Discharge is going to be a decent damage dealing perk. Obviously, it won't be a super effective move, but it will still do some damage. You've got Light Screen and Reflect, depending on which move types Greninja ends up using. You've got Nasty Plot to increase your own special attack, and Helping Hand to help out your allies. You've got Light Clay there to help you extend the duration of your Reflect or Light Screen. We're going here with a Modest Nature, 252 HP. A little bit of a different EV spread here. We're going to split that up between the special attack and special defense, or you can just invest fully in special attack or special defense if you want to. That's up to you. This is just a suggestion. Next up, we've got an interesting choice in Vaporeon. Vaporeon is a purely water type Pokemon. You've got a water Tera typing there for defensive purposes. You've got water absorb. So any of those incoming water attacks will basically do nothing. We've got Calm Mind to increase our special attack and special defense. Acid Armor to increase our defense. Fake Tears to reduce the special defense on our opponent. And Stored Power to do that big damage. Think of this as basically Slowbro, but for this raid. For the item, we've got the Twisted Spoon there to increase our stored power damage, and we're running a Modest Nature and matching EV spread, so 252 HP and 252 special attack. Next up, we've got another support Pokemon in Umbreon. So Umbreon is a pure dark type Pokemon. You're not ever going to be terastallizing Umbreon, as you're going to be using nothing but supporting moves. You've got Synchronize there in case you get poisoned. It'll pass that over to Greninja, or any status effects that get applied to you will get applied to the opponent as well. You've got your option of Reflect and Light Screen. You've got Screech and Fake Tears. Depending on what moveset the Greninja uses, you've got Screech there to reduce their defense, or Fake Tears to reduce their special defense. It also depends on what team you're running with. You've got Helping Hand there as well. I guess you could run Screech and Fake Tears and not run Helping Hands, but Helping Hands is really good for Umbreon as it won't be dealing any damage. You're going to want to support other people. So Umbreon being the chunky Pokemon that it is, Leftovers is a great thing for it. You could also go with the Light Clay there as well. A Bold Nature here, 252 HP and 252 defense. Next up, we've got another screen setter / damaging Pokemon in Klefki. So that is a Steel Fairy Pokemon. You have a Steel Tera type using Prankster here. It's going to give priority to your non-damaging moves. So Psychic is going to be our damaging move. We've got Light Screen here to reduce those special attacks incoming from Greninja. Calm Mind to increase our special attack and special defense. And Metal Sound to reduce the special defense of the Greninja. Running the Light Clay here and a Calm Nature, 252 HP and 252 defense. Moving on to the last couple builds here, we've got a fun build with Lucario. So Lucario is a fighting and steel type Pokemon. You could go with fighting or steel for your Tera. The ability doesn't matter too much. You could go with Inner Focus, I guess, there in case there's any flinches, although I don't believe Greninja has any of that. So you're free to use whatever ability you want there. You've got Calm Mind again to increase your special attack and special defense. Nasty Plot to straight up increase your special attack. Iron Defense to increase your defense if the Greninja happens to be a physical attacker, and Psychic there as your main damage dealer. We're running a Twisted Spoon here with a Modest Nature, 252 HP and 252 special attack. Lastly, we've got Iron Hands. I recommend you only doing this if you know what you're doing and you're running with a team of Screechers. So round one, the other three Pokemon can use Screech and get that defense stat to a -6. using Belly Drum on your first turn, then Focus Energy on a second turn, and then Earthquake. And if you get a crit, using Focus Energy there to increase your critical hit chance, you can probably do a significant amount of damage to the Greninja or the opposing Pokemon, whoever it may be, if you use this build for something else. You've got Drain Punch there, as Drain Punch is usually just generally a very good move to have on Iron Hands. Here I definitely recommend the Xiaobao, an Adamant Nature with max HP and max attack. Guys, I know I kind of blew through a lot of these builds, but they are all very useful in their own way. They have all got their own applications. They're pretty good. Obviously I would go with some of these choices like Clodsire, Gastrodon, Hydreigon, maybe even Toxtricity and Wash Rotom. Vaporeon is good, although it doesn't do as much damage because you have a lot of more setup there to do. You've got Umbreon for your support as well as Klefki, and then there's obviously the very interesting Lucario and Iron Hands builds. Again, with the Iron Hands, make sure you know what you're doing and you've got the right team comp going there. Guys, if you did enjoy this video and you did find it useful, do please consider subscribing, liking the video, doing as I mentioned here, joining us on Discord, maybe following us over on Twitch and joining us for our streams, as we will be doing this raid several times throughout the weekend. I did help a lot of people get their Cinderace the last time when Cinderace was around, as well as Charizard when that event was around, and we're going to continue helping people out, and our community is wonderful. With all that being said, guys, I want to thank you for coming by and hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you guys out there doing those Greninja raids in a week. Thanks for coming by, take it easy, and have a great day.